following is a presentation of WGAA Sports.
To the wall, it's gone! It's gone! He hit it on the center field fence!
Way back! You can put a stamp on that one and put it to the post office. It's gone.
Cedartown wins the region! Region championship! Cedartown Bulldogs, the third region championship in a row!
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA, 106.1 FM and AM 1340. Broadcasting online at WGAAradio.com and Facebook Live. And now, let's head down to the field for today's action.
Welcome into Cedartown High School Bulldogs Baseball, the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA. Along with Sam Branch, Andrew Carter, the Dogs looking to sweep the series with the Woodland Wildcats. The Dogs coming from behind to win in Game 1 of the doubleheader today. Did the same thing on Game 1 of the series back on Tuesday. And Sam looking to sweep heading into a tough week next week.
Well, this is something that we talked about last week, and that was how important it would be for this Bulldog squad to come out swinging the hot bats and pitching well so that they could pick up a couple of wins against this Wildcat squad. Of course, we know, like you said, that the region is a very, very tough task, and if they could take 2 out of 3 or sweep the Wildcats, well, that would get region play started off just where we want it to. Well, 1 and 2 are done. Now it's all up to number 3.
Yep, that's right. The Bulldogs will bring Everett Perkins to the mound for the Dogs here to start out this first inning in the top half. Preston Sorrells, Alfredo Romo, and Komar Lujan do up 1, 2, and 3. And to tell you about it, here's my broadcast partner and good friend, Sam Branch.
Thank you, Andrew Carter. It will be Everett Perkins getting the start on the mound for the Bulldogs here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Game 3 of the series. Dogs looking for the sweep, and we are underway. First pitch on the way from Perkins, and that misses ball 1. Gavin Allred, as always, behind the plate for the Bulldogs here in Game 2. Count 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way from Perkins. That's a chopper down the left side, but that will be foul. And that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Got a new baseball, and now we're ready to go back to work. Perkins gets the sign from Allred, the wind and the pitch. That one's teed off, but right back behind him, behind home plate there, and that one is foul as well. So the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sorrells. Perkins ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes, looking to dispose of the first batter. Pitch on the way. That's a chopper down the third base side. Gathered up over there by Allen, fired over to first and out by a step. Great play. Ace Allen to Dalen Holiday for out number 1.
That was a great play there. Ace Allen saved the game in the first game of this doubleheader of stabbing a line drive. He jumped about, 8 feet in the air, it seemed like, that time, handling that hot shot ground ball that way. And Sorrells is retired, and here's Romo.
First pitch on the way from Perkins, to Romo, and that catches the outside part of the plate. Strike 1. Sorrells was a hot bat in Game 1 of the doubleheader. He would go 3 for 4 with 2 runs, so that's a good way to start things off. That one, though, is hammered to the right side. That one's going to drop in front of Yarber, and that will put Romo aboard with 1 out. So Alfredo Romo with the 1-out single. Puts a runner over at first base.
For Woodland Wildcats, number 21, Connor Lujan.
That'll be Connor Lujan, which will come to the plate now. Runner over at first and 1 out. Perkins working from the stretch. First pitch on the way. That one misses upstairs, ball 1. The outfield is shifted slightly to the left-hand side.
Connor Peak, Samuel Formby, and Jacob Yarber from left to right in the outfield.
1-0 on the way from Perkins. Throw over to first base. Runner back safely. No even need for an attempted tag there by Holiday as Romo slides back in.
Ace Allen at third, Caleb Formby at short, Owen Gerald second, Dalen Holiday at first, and Gavin Allred catching.
Foul tips into the catcher's glove there for Allred, so that evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Perkins will check the runner over at first. Comes set. And the pitch on the way. That one's fouled straight back, so Perkins now ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We have seen Perkins previously in the season get some work on the mound, but is this his first start of the season, Andrew?
No, he has started before.
Okay.
By the way, we've got a final score in a region matchup. Cartersville winning 5-3 over Altoona in their second of 3-game series.
1-2 pitch on the way from Perkins. Throw over to first base, and that one gets under the glove of Holiday, but he was able to keep it in front of him. Almost looks like it bounced off of his leg. So thankfully there for the Bulldogs, that one stays in front of Dalen. Runner back safely. And Perkins is ready to go back to work. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lujan is down on strikes, and that'll be the second out of the inning.
That's a good piece of good pitching there by Perkins. Made Lujan look a little silly there on that swing. Just a good pitch there.
That'll bring up Jake Clowers. So Clowers comes to the plate with the runner over at first and 2 outs. Clowers had an RBI back in game 1. Pitch on the way, runner goes, throw down to second base, going to be wide of the bag, backed up there by Gerald. And Romo made the turn there at second, just able to get back as Caleb Formby was there to try to apply the tag with Romo coming back to the bag. That would have been an unconventional throw out, but we would have taken it.
The pitch was a strike, I do believe, so it's 0-1. What was the score?
Pitch on the way from Perkins. That one misses low. Ball 1.
We've learned that girls soccer has shut out Hiram 4-0. Girls soccer, Lady Dog soccer, continuing to play very, very well this season.
And actually 2 balls, no strikes. Andrew, you were saying that first pitch was a ball. Second one on the way. And that one it was swung on and missed for strike 1's the count. Now 2 balls and 1 strike on Jake Clowers. Romo out at second base. 2 outs in the inning. Perkins checks the runner at second. Pitch on the way. That one misses. Ball 3.
Just a little bit low. Didn't miss by a whole bunch, though. 3-1 the count.
Perkins comes set. And the pitch on the way. That one misses, ball 4. So a 2-out walk will put Clowers at first base, and that'll bring up Lucas Baker.
First walk surrendered by Bulldog pitching in this game.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 1, Lucas Baker.
Lucas Baker playing first base in this game, was the starting pitcher in the first game of this doubleheader today. He also pitched in relief on Tuesday.
Tatum will be the courtesy runner over at first base for Clowers. So Woodland, runners on first and second with 2 outs. And we've got a pause in play for a moment. And now it looks like we're ready to go back to work. So 2 on, 2 outs, top of the first inning. Baker to the plate. Pitch on the way from Perkins. That one misses just outside, ball 1.
Didn't miss by a whole bunch.
Perkins gets the sign from Allred. And the 1-0 is on the way. That one is hit to the right side, and that is through. That's probably going to score 1, and they will send the runner. Here comes the throw into home plate. It is off the line, and Woodland is on the board with a 2-out RBI single from Baker.
I'll tell you what, Sam, that throw from right field was a bullet, but it was just offline. It was wide of the plate.
Pulled Allred up third base line. But like you said, that was a bullet there from Yarber. So Woodland out to a 1-0 lead, has runners on the corners, and that'll bring up, looks like number 3, Ben Tirada. excuse me, I was looking at the lineup. Turcottle is the name according to Game Changer. That's what you get for trying to read a coach's handwriting. First pitch on the way from Perkins. That one's high and tight, ball 1. Temperature here at game time of game number 2, 57 degrees. Pitch on the way. That pitch just missed. A lot of movement on that one. It looked like he had been able to backdoor that one, but it misses, ball 2. So 2 balls, no strike the count. Pitch on the way from Perkins. That one's upstairs, ball 3. Woodland already with a run across, threatening here for more. Turcottle ahead in the count, 3 balls, no strikes. Perkins trying to battle back, get us out of the inning and hold the damage to a minimum. Perkins comes set, pitch on the way. That one catches the inside part of the plate, strike 1. We'll take it.
Yes, we will.
3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. A chopper, but foul right in front of home plate, and then rolls off to the third base side. So that'll bring the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So far, 1 run on 2 hits in the inning. Perkins has also issued a walk. Cottle steps in. Perkins is ready to go. The payoff pitch on the way. That one is popped up to the right side and out of play back behind the visitors' bleachers. The count will remain full at 3-2. For those of you that did not join us for game 1, Bulldogs wearing their home cream uniforms with the red hats, black bills, white seating. Dogs in script across the front of the jerseys, red numbers as well. That one once again is fouled off, so we'll have to reset and do it all again.
Hiram, a 9-2 win over Southeast Whitfield tonight in the first of 2 games.
I don't think that's a surprising score for those of us that keep up with baseball throughout the region. 3-2 the count, payoff pitch on the way again. That one is chopped right straight back. Fouled off.
Nice
We're going to have to see another payoff pitch. That'll be the, 4th payoff pitch now?
At least. Yeah, nice battle.
I believe this one will be the 4th one. He's fouled off the last 3.
In fact, home plate umpire had to get some new baseballs because he's just about out of them.
So Turcottle putting up a heck of a fight here against Perkins. Payoff pitch on the way again. That one's chopped to the right side. That one is going to get through, and that one's going to plate 1 run. The runner is on his way to third. He'll be in there safely. And once again, Woodland has an RBI single with 2 outs, and they're up 2-0 with runners still on the corners. Just a good piece of hitting there by Turcottle.
Yep, hit it on the ground down the right side. Snuck it past between first and second base. They've done that a couple of times in this inning. And 2-out mischief, and Woodland on top 2-0 here early.
I have a quick meeting on the mound between Allred Perkins and Caleb Formby while home plate umpire dusts off the dish there. And now we're ready to go once again with Grant Tidwell coming to the plate.
It's the 7th batter to bat in the inning.
Tidwell looking for his first hit of the 9. He went 0 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Perkins checks the runner at first, now comes set. Pitch on the way. Strike 1. That one was right down Frank Lot Drive. No balls, 1 strike. Time call. Allred will give the sign, readjust the defense. Crouch back down behind home plate, and we're ready to go to work. Perkins again checks the runners, comes set. The 0-1 on the way. That one's hit to the shortstop. It'll be Formby. He will field, fire to first for out number 3, but not before the Wildcats strike for 2. The good news is they leave 2. 2-0 is your score. We will go to the bottom of the first inning. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A.
Looking for great deals? Stop by Livewire Surplus, located on North Main Street in Cedartown. They've got everything from tools and generators to patio furniture, lawn mowers, flooring, cleaning supplies, mini splits, and much more. Whether you're tackling a project or upgrading your space, they've got what you need. Come check them out at the store today. You'll never know what you might find. Check them out on Facebook or visit their new website, livewiresurplus.com. That's Livewire Surplus, 546 North Main Street in Cedartown, 678-861-5021. Shop local and save big at Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown. High-quality hand-cut meats and produce and low-priced national brand name dry groceries and lots more. And while you're there, stop and get something fresh and delicious from the deli. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10%, 430 South College Street in Cedartown, across from the post office. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big Double A.
Bottom half of the first as we continue, the Woodland Wildcats with a 2-0 lead over the Cedartown Bulldogs. It'll be Samuel Formby followed by Owen Jarrell and Caleb Formby 1, 2, and 3, followed by Ace Allen, Dalen Holiday, Everett Perkins, Jay O'Neill, who's the DH today, Gavin Allred, and then Jacob Yarborough. And then, of course, the left fielder is Connor Peak, the DH, Jay O'Neill batting for Connor Peak today. The starting pitcher for the Woodland Wildcats, Austin Davies. We haven't seen him yet. We've only seen 2 pitchers in the 3 games we've faced. It was Baker who got the start in the first game. Davies, we'll get to see him for the first time. The catcher for the Wildcats will be Jake Clowers. At third base, Grant Tidwell. At shortstop, it'll be Komar Lujan. At second base, it's Tommy Reisner. And at first base, Lucas Baker. And the rest of the defense here in a moment as we're ready to go in the bottom half of the first inning. Samuel Formby will lead things off.
Number 6, Samuel Formby.
And My Girl is his walk-up song.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
So Formby comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch on the way to Formby. That one misses, ball 1. That looks like a pretty good pitch, but we'll take it. So the 1-0 on the way. That one does catch the zone, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cedartown's center fielder, Samuel Formby.
Samuel pitched an outstanding game.
And there for strike 2.
Went, 6 and
2/3 innings. They had to bring in Baldwin to get the last out, if I remember correctly.
They did. He just took a couple of pitches, and that was it.
The 1-2 on the way to Formby. Called strike 3, and Formby is down on strikes. Davies came on the inside part of the plate and froze him. So that'll be the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Tweet. Gerald would go 1 for 3 with a run scored in game 1 of the doubleheader tonight.
The Bulldogs, number 2, Tweet, Gerald.
First pitch on the way to Gerald. Misses upstairs. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way. That one misses, ball 2. So Gerald ahead in the count here. Davies working quickly. 2-0 on the way. That one misses upstairs, ball 3. It's been a pretty consistent wind blowing from left to right on a cool Friday night here in Cedartown. The 3-0 on the way. That one's in there off on the inside part of the plate.
I thought it was ball 4.
He did too, because Tweet turned and tossed the bat, and it was out of his hands as the home plate umpire called the first strike of the at-bat. So the count now 3 balls, 1 strike on Gerald. He thought that was ball 4, but instead that one's strike 2. So Gerald, after being ahead in the count 3-0, has now got a full count. Pitch on the way. That one sliced to the right side. Romo is there, and he'll camp out underneath it and make the squeeze for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring up Caleb Formby. So Formby comes to the plate.
Cedartown Bulldogs, number 8, Caleb Formby.
First pitch on the way from Davies. That one misses well outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way. That one had some movement in there, called strike 1. So the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike on the Bulldogs shortstop. Big cut there by Formby, comes up empty. So the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. That one's hit to the center fielder. It's going to be Ryan that's on the run, makes the turn and the grab as he heads to the fence for out number 3. A heck of a catch there by the Wildcats center fielder. And the Bulldogs go down in order. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldog Word.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown. Or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Bradford's Drug Store in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacists take time to get to know you and answer any questions you may have. Go by and see Justin Strickland and all the folks at Bradford's, and be sure to use their convenient drive-thru. 500 North Main Street in Cedartown, 770-748-3100. Bradford's Drug, your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Dogs go in order in the bottom half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for Cedartown. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Wildcats through 1 inning of play. And it'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up. Rysick, Ryan, and Sorrells due up for the Woodland Wildcats as they're trying to salvage one of the games of this series. Cedartown has taken the series with the 2 wins already.
Tommy Reisner.
So here's Reisner.
First pitch on the way from Everett Perkins, misses, ball 1.
I don't know where they got Rysick from.
I'm not sure either, my friend. Your guess is as good as mine.
Ball 2, that one missing down low to Reisner.
So the 2-0 on the way from Perkins. That one misses, ball 3. At least the last 2 have looked to miss low in the zone, as Allred will come out and have a chat with Perkins. You mentioned it, Andrew, very quickly though, but the Cedartown Lady Dogs and Bulldogs soccer teams are off to a fantastic start here in this 2025 campaign. You mentioned it, Lady Dogs getting the win at home tonight, 4-0. And the Bulldogs boys team is due up next. 3-0 on the way from Perkins. That one's in there for a called strike 1. So congratulations to Lady Dogs picking up another win. 3-1 on the way. Big cut and a miss. And that one will run the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cedartown Tennis also in action down on the other side from us. The 3-2 is lifted to the left side. That's going to be over the head, but Formby makes the play from the shortstop, fires over to first base, but not in time. It went over the head of Ace Allen, but Formby was there to get it on right there at the break between the infield dirt and the outfield grass, but the throw not in time.
Well, Reisner took kind of a circular pattern. He didn't run right at the bag, and I think if he runs right at the bag, he's going to be easily safe, but it was a much closer play, and Caleb Formby made a great throw to first, but it's going to be an infield hit.
So that'll bring up Ryan, the center fielder for the Wildcats. First pitch on the way, shows bunt, lays it down, but foul. Woodland with a 2-0 lead here in the top of the second inning, thanks to a couple of 2-out RBI singles in the top of the first. Perkins ahead in the count, no balls, 1 strike. Pretty good lead there by Reisner over at first base. Perkins will check him, now comes set, throw over to first, back in time. And then we overshoot Perkins. But Ace Allen camping out there at third base, easily there to back him up. So no harm, no foul. Another big lead. Pitch on the way to Perkins. That one's upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Atlanta Braves fell to the Minnesota Twins today in spring training baseball, 7-1. Shows bunt again, and this one is going to be a beauty and then rolls foul.
Glad we picked it up when we did. That ball had some back spin on it, and it was starting to head back to the line. It stayed fair for a good bit, and then it rolled foul, but then it started kicking fair again, and Ace Allen kind of down that thing quickly as he could get to it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So some smart play on the left side of the infield for the Dogs.
No doubt.
Ryan will come back to home plate. Try to go again. Of course, with the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes, you expect the bunt to be off. Perkins comes set, the 1-2 on the way. Called strike 3. Ryan is down looking, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Strikeout number 2 for Everett Perkins this afternoon. That was a big one to get the first out.
We'll go back to the top of the order now, and Sorrells.
The Wildcats, number 2, Preston Sorrells.
Sorrells 0 for 1. Pitch on the way from Perkins. Oof, that was just missed, ball 1.
It's pretty close.
I agree, sir. 1 ball, no strikes. Throw over to first, runner back safely. Sorrells back in the box. Perkins comes set. 1-0 on the way, and that one is lifted to left center. It'll be the center fielder who's going to make a run at it, and it is going to be caught out in center field by Samuel Formby. And we're going to have him doubled up. The tag is applied. No, he's safe. Samuel Formby with a Superman catch out at center field. Made the play over his back, and they will have an appeal, and they call him out at first base. We doubled him up off the catch and the throw in from Samuel Formby, and the Wildcats are retired. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 your score. Dogs trail. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course. Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Back to action here at the Dog Pound. Cedartown trails the Woodland Wildcats 2-0, but a great defensive play by Samuel Formby in left center field. Makes the catch on the fence, runs into the fence, and then doubles off the runner who was already all up to second base. They are able to tag him. The call was initially safe. They appealed, and the call was out. So great job. And we head now to the bottom half of the second inning as the Bulldogs will have Ace Allen, Dalen Holiday, and Everett Perkins due up 4, 5, and 6 as the Dogs went in order in the bottom half of the first. Going to get the bats going here in the second inning. Ace Allen making some good defensive plays in the first game. Some good at-bats as well. He'll face the lefty.
Allen would go 2 for 3 in that game one with a run scored as well as an RBI. First pitch on the way. That one is lifted to the right side, slicing foul, and it is foul. Just barely, though. Otherwise, that was going to be probably 3 bases for Ace Allen. So a very long strike one.
That was a little flare shot that just was starting to sink pretty quickly, and it does land about 2 or 3 feet foul.
Just didn't sink quick enough for us.
Nope.
So Allen back in the box after the long strike one foul, and he's ready to go to work again. Pitch on the way from Davies. And this time it's just hit right back up the middle and through, and Allen will be aboard with a leadoff single. Great piece of hitting there by the Bulldogs' third baseman, Ace Allen. Now you'll bring up the big bat of Dalen Holiday. That is the first hit on the afternoon for the Dogs here in game 2. Cedartown with 7 hits back in game 1 of the doubleheader. Holiday, though, would go 0 for 3, looking to change his fortune here in the bottom of the second inning. Pretty good lead over at first by Allen. Davies comes set, pitch on the way, and that one is lifted foul to the home side. Out of play, strike one.
We got left on left matchup here, pitcher to hitter.
Davies looks in, gets the sign from Clowers. And the throw over to first back, and Allen back safely.
I'll tell you, Davies has a good pickoff move. He looked like he was going to pitch, and then instead he just doesn't turn and throws to first base. And
he threw a strike over to first as well.
Ace able to get back.
Now Davies comes set. Pitch on the way. Big cut there by Holiday, and Dalen is behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Sam Branch alongside Andrew Carter bringing you play-by-play action of Cedartown High School baseball here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, 106.1 FM, AM 1340, and of course across all of our social media platforms. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Big breaking ball in there for called strike 3. Froze Holiday in his tracks, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So Holiday down on strikes, and that'll bring up Everett Perkins to the plate. A lot of movement on that put out pitch there by Davies. So Perkins will climb into the box with runner over at first and 1 out. Speedy runner over at first in Ace Allen. First pitch on the way to Perkins. That one misses, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Perkins looks, fire over to first base from Davies. Allen back safely. Go, Dave. 1-0 the count. Davies again comes set, pitch on the way, fires it in there for strike 1. The count now is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 on the way from Davies. There goes the runner. The throw down to second is going to be high, and Ace Allen is going to be in there safely with a stolen base. And it looks like we're going to have a conversation between the home plate umpire and Coach Johnson. And it looks like maybe
there's been warned or something with arguing balls and strikes.
Yep. I think you are right, sir. And it looks like we might have another delay.
That's not coach, it's a fan.
No, yes, it is a fan. Thank you for the clarification.
Fan is being removed for arguing balls and strikes and making some comments.
And you know, normally when we're at home, it's somebody from the other side.
Team, yes.
It's very rare that we have one of our folks that gets asked to listen to the rest of the ball game from the parking lot, but that'll be the case. Ace Allen out at second base now after the stolen base. Everett Perkins, at the plate. And the pitch is on the way. And that one is lifted to the right side, out of play, foul. So that'll take the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes?
I think so.
Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count.
2.
Perfect. We'll take it. We all missed the call there on the swipe back by Allen. The 2-2 on the way. Runner goes to third. That was ball 3. Allen has now stolen not just second base, but third base. And the count is full against Everett Perkins at 3 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch had a lot of movement to it, Andrew, but it just hung up too far.
It did.
And the catcher, in an attempt to try to get the throw down to third, mishandled the transition there, and Allen is in safely. So 3-2 the count. Payoff pitch on the way from Davies. That one is lifted to the right side. It's going to be in foul territory. Will it stay in play? No. Just off the roof of the dugout there of the visitor's side, and the count will remain 3-2. If you find yourself in the same situation that one of our unfortunate fans just found themselves in, we encourage you to always tune in to Cedartown High School baseball here on 106.1 FM, AM 1340. Of course, as I said earlier, also across all of our social media platforms, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and the NFHS Network.
Or if you're Sam, 1340 AM.
You've got that right, my friend. All day, every day.
That's right.
3-2 the count on Perkins. Payoff pitch on the way. Got him. Called strike 3. Got him looking. Perkins was ready to toss the bat and head down to first, but instead he gets rung up for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the DH, Jay O'Neill.
Number 10, Jay O'Neill.
O'Neill in a clutch spot here in the bottom of the second with the Dogs trailing 2-0 and a runner over in scoring position at third base. First pitch on the way to O'Neill. Just missed, ball 1. Outside, according to my broadcast partner here, Andrew Carter. Davies signed from Flowers. Comes set. Pitch on the way. That one's going to miss low. Gets away from the catcher, but not far enough. So Allen will have to stay put. And that's ball 2. Good patience so far here early in the at-bat by O'Neill. Ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Gavin Allred would be due up next. Pitch on the way. That one's in there for a called strike 1.
I tell you, Jay just laced one in the first game of the doubleheader. Hit it really hard. Hit it right at the left fielder, though. Nothing to show for it.
2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. That one misses well out of the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1 on Jay O'Neill. Davies kicks and fires. That one's in the dirt, ball 4. So O'Neill will head down to first base, and Cedartown has runners on the corner with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up the Bulldogs backstop, Gavin Allred. Another big spot here for Allred. He would go 1 for 3 in game 1 of the Twin Bill with 2 RBIs. Got a good chance to pick up at least 1 RBI here if he can put the ball through the infield. Clowers is going to readjust the defensive alignment for the Wildcats. And now they're ready to go. O'Neal over at first base. Average lead there from first. You don't expect him to be a threat to run. Davies comes set. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be outside, well outside. Good stop there by Clowers to keep it in front of him. Ball 1. Even though there are 2 outs, if one gets by Clowers, you've got enough speed over there with Allen that they might just send him. Pitch on the way. That one's hit up the middle, and that one's going to get down. 1 run is going to score. O'Neal is around second and headed to third. He'll motor into third, and the Bulldogs have runners on the corners, and we've cut the lead in half, 2-1. Good piece of hitting there by Gavin Allred. Just laced it into shallow right field, and the Dogs are on the board.
Son, he has been absolutely hot at the plate of late, has Gavin Allred. In the first game of the doubleheader, he was 1 for 3, but in the first game he was like 2 for 3 or something. He's just been hitting a great bat. Cedartown's on the board, 2-1 the score, and a chance for Cedartown to tie it, at least maybe take the lead with Jacob Yarborough, the Bulldogs' 9th man in the lineup, coming to the plate.
We'll have a courtesy runner over at first base. It'll be Flemister. So Flemister over at first, O'Neal at third, and Yarborough at the plate. Try to keep the inning going. 2-1 your score, 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the second inning. First pitch on the way from Davies. That one misses well inside, ball 1. Davies may be showing some fatigue already. Through 1 2/3 innings, he's faced 8 hitters and he's thrown 34 pitches already. Throw over to first base, and they got us leaning. Flemister is thrown out at first, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning.
That's a rally killer.
Yep, the Bulldogs leave 2, but they strike for 1. 2-1 your score. We'll go to the top of the 3rd. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
We head now to the top of the 3rd. The Cedartown Bulldogs trail the Woodland Wildcats 2-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Woodland. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Bulldogs. And for the Wildcats, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up. It'll be Alfredo Romo, Komar Lujan, and Jake Clowers. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup to face Everett Perkins on the bump for the Dogs.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 18.
Perkins through
Alfredo
2 innings. Facing 10 hitters. He's thrown 40 pitches, 25 of which have been for strikes. He's recorded 2 strikeouts on the inning. Or on the evening, I should say. First pitch on the way from Romo, and that one's laced right back up the middle, and that one's going to drop in no man's land for a leadoff single. The Formby brothers were trying to come together to make a play on that one, and it just dropped right in between them.
Now batting.
But you're right, no man's land. I mean, it was just
nothing you can do.
No one could get to it.
Yep. So that'll bring up Lujan. He comes to the plate with the runner over at first. The runner thought about taking off. That one's hit sharply to center field. It'll be Samuel Formby is on his horse, and that one is going to drop. The throw will come in as the runner is sliding in safely to second. Runner gets to third. And Woodland all of a sudden is cooking here in the top of the third with runners at second and third and nobody out.
That was a pretty good pitch that he hit, too, and was able to get good contact on it and just dropped it in the right center field gap. You know, Samuel Foreman can get just about anything out there, but that one, it was just beyond his reach. It was hit so hard. So here's Clowers, a chance to drive in a run.
First pitch on the way from Perkins, a little bit of a leg move, and that one is going to be hit as well to left field, but Peak is going to be there for the catch. The throw is going to come in. We're going to have him dead to rights, but we drop it at the plate.
Oh, man.
What a throw by Connor Peak to Ace Allen, the cutoff man who fired a streak to Allred. We had him dead to rights at the plate, and we dropped it. 3-1. Woodland gets the run right back.
Buddy.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 1.
Great relay there by Ace Allen, as you said, but just couldn't hold on to the ball. And Woodland takes a 3-1 lead.
So that'll bring up Baker. All three hitters have seen one pitch each and have driven it. This is the first one that actually is going to see more than one. That one's missing there low, ball one. So one out in the inning. One run already across. And Lujan is out at second base. Pitch on the way to Baker. That's a chopper to the left side. It'll be Formby that'll field, fire to first. High throw off at Smart. And the runner is going to be safe over at first. And they're going to move everybody up because it went into the dugout, it looks like, and then ricocheted out. So it'll be 4-1 as Lujan will come home. And Baker will be at second base. No, they're gonna send him back. Well, they're gonna talk about it first.
What are you looking at? I know where you live.
Yep, they'll put runners back at second and third.
So take the run off. It's still 3-1.
That's easier said than done for some. The scoreboard is quite finicky here. And the scoreboard operator's giving it everything she's got. So 3-1 is your score.
Should we just assume the run's going to score?
One out, runners at second and third. Pitch on the way from Perkins. That one misses, ball one. Your guess is as good as mine. Pitch on the way. That one's lifted to the right side, but foul. And that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Turcottle is your batter with Lujan at third, Baker at second. Pitch on the way. That one misses, ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 on, 1 out. Pitch on the way from Perkins. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Looked pretty good to me.
The 3-1. That one misses up and in, ball 4.
They're loaded up.
Bases full of Wildcats, 1 out. That'll bring up Tidwell. Tidwell 0 for 1.
13, Grant Tidwell.
Turcottle only the second walk of the evening for Perkins. But it does come just 1 out. It did load the bases. This one is lifted into the infield. It'll be Perkins. Now it's Holiday. Holiday will make the squeeze for out number 2.
That was probably the most desirable thing that could happen right there besides a strikeout. A pop up in the infield, and no one can move, infield fly. 2 out.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 28, Tommy Reisner.
This will bring up Reisner, who is 1 for 1. First pitch on the way from Perkins, and that one is lifted to the left side, but foul. Out of play, no balls, 1 strike on Reisner. Reisner, the Wildcats' second baseman. That one misses, ball 1. Allred had to keep that one in front of him. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Pitch on the way from Perkins. That one misses low and away. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 run already across. 3-1 your score. Pitch on the way from Perkins. That misses upstairs. Ball 3. Nowhere to put him. 3-1 the count. That one's in there. Strike 2. So a full count now here on Reisner. A huge pitch coming up for Everett Perkins. He'll step off the mound, back behind it on the infield grass. Take a deep breath. Now he's on the mound, toes the rubber. Comes set, pitch on the way. Missed it. Ball 4. 4-1. A series of unfortunate events here in the top of the 3rd inning has plated 2 runs for the Woodland Wildcats, and we're going to have a coaching visit from Coach Smith.
The 3rd walk, a big one, bringing home a run. 2 strikeouts so far for Perkins.
57 pitches, 33 of which have been for strikes, but he's had to go through 17 batters, and we're only in the top of the 3rd inning.
4 runs on 6 hits up to this point. Base is still loaded after the walk, and everybody will head back to where they're supposed to be. I could tell, though, by Everett's body language out there how frustrated he was. He was starting to kind of hurry up his pitches. You know, he threw that 3-1 pitch for a called 3-2 count, but then lost the runner, and he definitely was showing some frustration.
This will bring up Ryan. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but he's ahead in the count there. Ball 1.
I'm looking for a pee-pee.
Pitch on the way. That one's in there, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on the center fielder for the Wildcats.
Well, if we can get out of this inning right here, we'll be okay.
That one's lifted to center field. Samuel Formby on the run. Caleb Formby, though, the one to make the catch from his spot there at the shortstop. They leave him loaded. We hold him to 2 runs. A 4-1 score as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. I'll take it all day, every day, and twice on a Friday night here from the Dog Pound. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the GHSA and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
We head to the bottom half of the 3rd. Woodland scores 2 in the top half to take a 4-1 lead. But as we were talking about, bases were loaded Could have been a lot worse than it was. Thankfully, only 2 runs came across. Dogs need to get the bats going. 2 hits allowed, 1 run for Woodland, and it's a 4-1 lead for them. It'll be 9-1-2 due up. Jacob Yarber's first at bat of this game, followed by Samuel Formby and Tweet Owen Gerald will be up.
I think another positive to take away from that, Andrew, is the fact that Perkins came back and made a good pitch, you know, to get out that third out. And so not only did we limit the damage, but I think you give Perkins a little bit of a boost of confidence coming out of that inning to hopefully be able to reset him once we go to the 4th. But first, it'll be the Bulldog bats that'll come alive here with Yarber. First pitch on the way. That one's drilled to the left side and through past the diving first baseman. Yarber makes a big turn at first base, but he'll head back to first, and that's the way to get things started. After giving up the 2 runs in the top of the 3rd, you come back with a leadoff single in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, that was a great piece of hitting there by Yarber, able to lay down some solid contact there. And it is a base hit there to lead off the inning. Samuel Formby struck out in a pitch that he really didn't agree with that much. So he knows what to expect now from Davies. And we'll see what he does here with 1 on and nobody out.
First pitch on the way from Davies. Formby shows bunt, lays it down, but foul. We know that Coach Johnson and this Bulldog squad not afraid to play the small ball at any point.
Yeah, we've made that point ad nauseum, but it can't be made enough because Coach Johnson is kind of the old school mentality. How he likes to coach.
Well, and he does it very effectively as well. So 0-1 the count, pitch on the way. They'll throw over to first. Almost got him.
Very close.
So close there was Jacob Yarber. He was almost picked off there at first, and that would have been a disastrous.
They call a balk.
They did call a balk, yep. So that will send Yarber out to second base. And Woodland's head coach is coming out, wants an explanation. So we will wait for the conference to finish. So I think we're all...
Pleasantries exchanged.
Yep. They asked how each other were doing, probably asked them about what their plans were for the weekend, maybe even what they were going to get for dinner later on tonight.
Well, for me, it'd probably be a Pop-Tart.
Come on, Sam.
You know, I'm right there with you. So Formby will climb back in. Yarber will take his lead there out at second. As Davies, the long look in, working from the stretch. Time called. Formby will step out. So Formby climbs back into the box. The 0-1 on the way. That one's in the dirt. Good stop there behind the plate by Clowers to keep it in front of him. And the count's now even at 1 ball and 1 strike on the Bulldogs center fielder. Formby was 1 for 4 with a run scored in game 1 of this doubleheader. Pitch on the way, and this one is crushed to the right side. It's carrying a long way, but it is going to be foul and out of play.
That was home run distance, too.
He got every bit of that one.
Pulled it a bit too much, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Samuel Formby.
So Formby climbs back in. Davies, the long look in to Clowers. Checks the runner, pitch on the way. That one with the movement inside gets away from the catcher. And Yarber is easily going to be down to third base. And that'll even up the count again at 2 balls and 2 strikes as it got away from the Wildcats' backstop. It looked like Clowers was setting up to go outside, but Davies came up and in on him. So that'll even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way from Davies. That one is fouled off back behind him. And Formby knows he missed a good pitch to hit there.
He sure did. And
Come on,
Steps out of the box, looks at his bat, and tries to reset.
Davies shakes off one. Now he's ready to go. The 2-2 on the way. That one again fouled off back behind the Bulldog dugout. And the count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Formby back in the box, ready to go. Davies comes set. The pitch on the way. That one's hit down the right side and foul.
Hit it hard.
2 hard hit balls down the right side. One that had home run distance. One that if it had landed fair, it would have been in the corner rolling around down in the outfield and would have easily played it a run and put Formby at second, if not third. The boys' soccer team is tied 1-1 at the half up on top of the hill. Thank you, Gail Connor. The 2-2 on the way again. Swing and a big cut and a miss there by Formby, and he is once again down on strikes, this time swinging, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
That's a big league pitch there by Davies, able to get a really good hitter in that of Samuel Formby and bring up Tweet Gerald. 0-0 for 1.
Now batting for the Cedartown Bulldogs, number 2, Tweet Gerald.
There we go. And now Tweet's ready to go to work. Runner at third with the Bulldogs, 1 out. First pitch on the way to Gerald. That one's in the dirt. That'll be ball 1, but does not get far enough away from Clowers for Garber to make a move. He'll stay over at third. Tweet will step back in. Davies to look in, gets the sign from Clowers. They're in agreement. Comes set, pitch on the way. Shows bunt. Foul ball. Good idea, just didn't get it executed.
Yeah, it's a very Bobby Cox thing to do. He was notorious for running the squeeze play.
Yep. And he obviously did it pretty well. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out. 4-1 your score. Dogs trail here in the bottom of the third. Pitch on the way. And that one's a chopper to the left side. That one is going to score the run. Gerald down the first base line, and he is going to be safe as that one is way over the head of Baker. And so Tweet will head up to second base. Give him an RBI, and then he'll move up on the throwing error from Tidwell. That puts the Dogs back to within 2, and it's 4-2. The runner out at second base and only 1 out.
That'll be a single and an error on the throw, which moves him to second base. So credit Tweet with the RBI right there.
Yep. Meeting on the mound with the Wildcats and Davies. I think that they know that they're at a pretty vulnerable spot here with a really good part of the lineup here in the bottom of the third with Caleb Formby on his way. Ace Allen, Dalen Holiday also waiting in the wings for the Dogs.
I think that's a joke.
I think it is too.
I think that's a joke, yes.
That is definitely not Delta Dawn.
That's definitely not Delta Dawn.
So Formby climbs in.
Hey, if he gets a big base hit here, that might be his new walk-up.
That's right. Formby will call times and step out. Gerald takes his lead at second. First pitch on the way to Formby. That one's going to be in the dirt. That one's going to get away. Late break to third, the throw down, and he's in there safely. A very late break there by Gerald, but the speed will carry him in, and it wasn't a good throw either by Clowers. It pulled Tidwell over to second base, and so Gerald moves up. course, the pitch was a ball. Formby will be ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. So 1 ball, no strikes. Runner up at third, 1 out. Pitch on the way to Formby. That one's also going to be in the dirt, but this time Clower's able to keep it in front of him. 2 balls, no strikes. We talked about it last inning, in the later part of the inning, that it looks like Davies, I should say, was already starting to struggle with a little bit of fatigue. You may still be seeing some remnants of that here. That one's going to miss, ball 3.
Davies with 48 pitches, 29 strikes.
Shows bunt there, pulls it back. Strike 1 called on the outside part of the plate against Caleb Formby.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to go at all, no matter what the pitch was. Just showed bunt to maybe throw the defense off a bit.
I agree with you. So 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Davies comes set. Pitch on the way. Strike 2, the inside part of the plate.
Good pitch.
Yep.
Game 2, Cartersville and Altoona tied 1-1. That's in the second inning. 2 of the powerhouse teams in the region right there.
Payoff pitch on the way to Caleb Formby. That one's fouled off at the plate. It'll remain full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 powerhouse teams in the region, 2 powerhouse teams in the state.
Yes.
Just a little ways down the road from us. Going to be a very tall task, as the Bulldogs will, of course, have 3 games with each of those teams. Another payoff pitch on the way to Formby. This one's going to be lifted to left center field. It's got a lot of movement on it, but it is caught there at the fence, and a bad throw back into the infield, and Yarber will score easily. And it's a RBI sacrifice fly, and it is a 1-run game. Dogs striking for 2 runs here in the bottom of the third, and it's 4-3.
And we get those 2 runs back that they scored at the top of the inning.
Ryan made a good catch there in center field, Andrew, but he just had nothing on the throw coming in, which if you're going to catch Yarber from third, you're going to have to be Johnny on the spot with it anyways. But this will bring up Ace Allen. Allen comes to the plate. Base is empty, 2 outs. Allen is 1 for 1 with a run scored. Pitch on the way. That one almost hit him as it was in the dirt right at his feet. Ball 1.
Ace early in the season had a couple of home runs. Hit one against Sonoraville at Lake Point, then hit one, I think it was a 3-run home run against Calhoun. But none since then.
The 1-0 on the way. That one misses, ball 2.
Must have been low.
It looked like it had a good part of the plate there, so we'll agree there. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch on the way. That one misses, ball 3. So Ace Allen in a good spot here. Ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. He'll stand in. Davies, the long look in. Comes set, and the pitch on the way. That one's going to be right down Broadway, strike 1. 3 balls and a strike on double alt. Bulldogs third baseman. Pitch on the way. That one's lifted to the right side and out of play foul. That one might reach the bleachers on the visitor side of the football stadium. I don't think it did, though. I think it hit right short of them and came down the hill. So Allen, who was ahead in the count 3-0, is now in a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes with the payoff pitch on the way. Hit right back up the middle off the pitcher's mound. And Allen with back-to-back singles right back up the middle will keep the inning going.
Good piece hit in there by Ace on that 3-2 pitch, able to send it right back where it came from. And he's the tying run over at first base. It'll bring up Dalen Holiday. Dalen 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's looking to break out of a little funk he's been in the past couple of games. And what a better time than to do it right now.
0 for 1 here, 0 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader. And we could use a big hit here from the big bat of Dalen Holiday.
Let's see if Ace is running here.
Bulldogs trail by 1, 4-3. Allen with a moderate lead. That one was inside, but catches the plate, strike 1. Wow.
I'll say 0-1.
Allen with a little bigger lead this time, and he's going. They throw him over. They're going to have him picked off.
That's the second time today, Sam, that an inning has ended on a pickoff play. We'll head now to the top of the 4th. The Dogs, though, have scored 2 to get within 1. It's 4-3 Woodland. Back after this 60-second break on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673. Looking for great deals? Stop by Livewire Surplus, located on North Main Street in Cedartown. They've got everything from tools and generators to patio furniture, lawn mowers, flooring, cleaning supplies, mini splits, and much more. Whether you're tackling a project or upgrading your space, they've got what you need. Come check them out at the store today. You'll never know what you might find. Check them out on Facebook or visit their new website, livewiresurplus.com. That's Livewire Surplus, 546 North Main Street in Cedartown, 678-861-5021.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Back here to the Dog Pound, Cedartown trails 4-3 at 2 spot in the bottom half of the 3rd. Brought Cedartown within 1. We got a new pitcher on the hill. It'll be Owen Pilgrim who will take over for Everett Perkins. Perkins goes 3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. So overall not a bad outing by Perkins. He'll give way to Owen Pilgrim. Pilgrim coming off off-season injury. He is still trying to get his composure back. The past couple of times he's pitched, he's looked pretty good. So let's see how many innings he can give us here. The thing with Pilgrim is his control and limiting the walks. And I think if he can do that, Sam, he'll have a good appearance on the mound as the throw goes into second base, and we're ready to go here in the top of the 4th. Woodland 4, Cedartown 3.
And I agree, Andrew. I think this is a good time to go ahead and make the pitching change. You had Perkins that got roughed up there in the top of the 3rd inning, giving up those 2 runs. He was already, 60 pitches in, somewhere around there. And so you bring it back to a 1-run ball game. You're right back in this one, and this was a good time to make a change, as we will have 1, 2, and 3 due up for the Wildcats here in the top of the 4th inning.
By the way, Everett Perkins will go out and play left field now. Checks in at left. Day over for Connor Peak, who started in left field.
So Sarles, who is 0 for 2 on the night, will lead off the top of the 4th inning. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim is fouled straight back, strike 1.
Well, Sarles is undoubtedly one of their best, I'll say one of their best athletes overall, but a great hitter. He was something like 3 for 4 in the first game of the series back on Tuesday.
Also 3 for 4 in the first game of the doubleheader, as he swings and misses there for strike 2. 3 for 4 in game 1 of the Twin Bill with 2 runs scored.
Yep.
He's behind in the count here, though. 0-2. The 0-2 on the way from Owens. Misses low, ball 1. No other changes defensively for the Dogs. So you still have Formby and Yarber center and right. And then, of course, Allen, Formby, Gerald, and Holiday 3rd to 1st. That one's fouled back. So the count will stay 1-2. That pitch had a little bit of movement on it there from Pilgrim. Sarles able to get just enough on it, though, to stay alive. Pitch on the way. That one misses low, ball 2. So the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Sarles is the first out of the inning. And the first strikeout for Owens.
It's a big-time strikeout there by Owen Pilgrim. Big-time strikeout there, 1 gone. And he'll face Romo.
Number 18,
Love to start off a inning that way, and also after coming in relief, love to start it off that way. Romo, though he's had a hot bat here in game 2, he is 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored as he fouls that one off. Strike 1. Romo's scoring back in the top of the first as well as the top of the third. The 0-1 on the way. Big cut there as Owen Pilgrim elevated that pitch, and Romo couldn't catch up to it, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball looks like just missed, ball 1.
Just a little bit high and perhaps outside as well.
One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. A chopper to the right side. It'll be a chance for Tweet. He'll fire over to first. Out number 2. Gerald Holiday on the put out. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the 4th. That's the first time that Romo has been retired here in game 2 of the Twin Bill, and that'll bring up Lujan. Shortstop, who was 1 for 2 with a run scored. Also a strikeout.
Now batting number 21, Connor Lujan.
Pitch on the way. That one's a chopper down the right side, but foul. So Owen Pilgrim has been ahead of all 3 batters that he's faced. Got to get a couple of new baseballs, it looks like. Fourth 3-year score. Dogs trail by 1. Woodland would strike for 2 in the top of the first and the top of the third. The Dogs would get one of those runs back in the bottom of the second, and then would get the 2 runs back in the bottom of the third. Pilgrim comes set. Pitch on the way. That one misses low, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike the count. 1-1. Chopper down the left side, and that one is foul as well. So Pilgrim will get a new baseball, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 out. Top of the 4th inning. Pilgrim quickly gets the sign from Allred. And the 1-2 is on the way. That one's a chopper to the left side. It'll be a play for Formby. He'll gather up, fire on, but the runner is going to be there safely, as that one was kind of a slow developing play. And Lujan beats him by about 2 steps.
Yeah, it's an infield hit all the way by Lujan. Put it to the exact right place over there in the left side of the infield.
Now
Good play by
6,
Caleb to get to it, and made a pretty good throw to first base, but just didn't have enough time to make a play.
That'll bring up the backstop Clowers, who is...
He's 0 for 0.
0 for 0 with a walk.
I think he had a sacrifice, too.
An RBI and a run scored.
I think that other 0 for may have been the sacrifice, which doesn't count against your batting average.
Pitch on the way, runner goes. There will be no throw from Allred, as he did not get the transition from his glove to his throwing hand. So Clowers is ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes, as Lujan takes second base. 2 outs in the inning here, runner now at second. Pilgrim comes set. That one misses low, ball 3.
Trying to get this elusive third out here. Pilgrim quickly getting 2 outs and then surrendering that 2-out hit. And here we are with 3-0 the count. There's a strike, 3-1.
Good pitch there by Pilgrim. You know you needed a strike there. So he gets one and will now go back to work. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Big cut and a miss there. Strike 2.
Yeah, good pitch there by Pilgrim. Chance to get out of the inning right here.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second and 2 outs. Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. That one's in the dirt.
Overcooked it.
He'll throw down to third, though. Oh, we almost had him.
Yeah, Ace Allen, the throw was a bit low there. He was unable to dig it out. Kept it in front of him. The throw beat the runner, but now they're at the corners. The runner was going on the pitch. And now the Wildcats have an insurance run 90 feet away at third and another one at first base. Coach Johnson and home plate umpire talking about it.
I wonder, what are they discussing there?
I don't know what they could be discussing.
I think the play at third was pretty clear that the throw was just low. And Allred didn't dig it out, just like you said, Andrew. So that conference was fairly short. And that'll bring up Baker. Baker is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Cedartown trying to keep this score right where it's at 4-3, trailing by 1 here in the top of the 4th. And the pitch is on the way. That one is fouled off back behind him. So Baker will be behind in the count. 0-1. Baker would go 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout in today's earlier game. The 0-1 on the way. That one's going to miss outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Wildcats' first baseman. Pilgrim comes set. Pitch on the way. That one's in there. Called strike 2. Good pitch there by Owen Pilgrim. The pitch. That one softly hit down the first base side, but foul. So we'll have to reset everything and do it again. Looks like it might have come off of Baker's foot, possibly. He kind of limped out of the box after that one. Again, that last pitch from Pilgrim looked like it had a little bit of movement on it. We'll see what he bounces back with here. Count still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pilgrim comes set. Pitch on the way. That one's lifted foul and out of play. And the count will remain 1-2. As we said, the Atlanta Braves were in action in spring training baseball today. They would fall to the Minnesota Twins. But the Boston Red Sox would absolutely pour it on the Miami Marlins. They pick up a win by a final of 20-5. The 1-2 on the way. That one stays upstairs. Runner is easily going to swipe second base on that pitch. And that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We talked about it during one of the breaks. 20 runs. That's a lot even for spring training baseball.
Do you remember when Atlanta beat the Marlins like 29-2 or something? It was during the regular season.
I do
a couple of years ago.
And at that point, you just give everybody a bat. I mean, they might.
We'll let everybody pitch, too, if you're the other team.
They might have let the Oregon player, Matthew Kamitsky, grab a piece of lumber and see if he could do a little damage. The 2-2 on the way from Pilgrim. That one misses outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And we are in danger of loading the bases here with 2 outs. You mentioned it earlier,
2-out mischief,
Andrew, but Pilgrim made very short work of the first two batters he faced, and then now is running into a little bit of problems. The payoff pitch. It's lifted to the left side. It's going to be a play for Perkins, who will come in and make the grab, and no damage done as we will head to the bottom of the fourth inning. 4-3 your score. Dogs trail by 1. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A.
Shop local and save big at Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown. High-quality hand-cut meats and produce and low-priced national brand name dry groceries and lots more. And while you're there, stop and get something fresh and delicious from the deli. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10%, 430 South College Street in Cedartown across from the post office. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown, or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big Double A.
A little bit of traffic on the base pads in the top half of the fourth, but no harm, no foul. 2 left to board, and we head now to the bottom half. 4 runs on 7 hits for Woodland, 1 error. For Cedartown, 3 runs, 5 hits and 1 error. For the Dogs, it will be, looks like B.J. Flemister has picked up a bat. Looks like he's gonna have it at bat here in this inning. By the way, Hiram and Cedartown are playing at the top of the hill at Doc Ayers Field in the boys soccer matchup. About 20 minutes left in the second half. The Bulldogs lead 2-1 against a very good Hiram team. So we'll see Flemister bat for the first time in this series. He's been out there to run a few times. He is batting for Dale and Holiday.
So it'll be Flemister, Perkins, and O'Neill due up here in the bottom of the fourth for the Dogs. If you remember, Flemister got caught leaning to end an inning earlier.
And he was actually running for the catcher Allred, I believe.
Yep.
B.J. Flemister.
So he'll grab a bat here and go to work against Davies. Bottom of the fourth inning. Woodland 4, Cedartown 3. Trying to complete the sweep. First pitch on the way to Flemister. That one's going to be high and away, ball 1.
This may be his first varsity at bat.
The 1-0 on the way. That one misses, ball 2. Well, so far, it's off to a pretty good start. Head in the count, 2 balls, no strikes.
If he's had a varsity at bat, it was late in the ball game when we were either losing big or winning big.
Looks like Davies and Clowers are going to get together. As we said, Cedartown going for the series sweep against Woodland. They defeated the Wildcats up at their place on Tuesday night by a final score of 5-2. They would take game 1 of the doubleheader this afternoon by a final of 5-4. But they trail here 4-3 in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch on the way from Davies, and that one's a chopper to the right side. That might be trouble, but the first baseman is able to field, and Davies beats him by a step. Good play over at first by Baker. But I tell you what, Flemister was busting it down the line and just came up about a step short. So that'll bring up Everett Perkins as Flemister is the first out of the inning.
Bulldogs, number 5, Everett Perkins.
Perkins 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
First pitch on the way to Perkins. And that one is lifted to center field. That one is going to be deep, but it is not going to be deep enough as the catch is made right at the warning track for out number 2.
Boy, it sounded solid out off the bat. Boy, that was hit a ton. but to left center field, that is tough to hit it out of here. And that is a long, loud out number 2. Here's Jay O'Neill. Jay has walked once in one appearance at the plate.
So O'Neill will stand in with the bases empty and 2 outs. First pitch on the way from Davies. That one's going to be just a bit outside. Ball 1. I believe we may have just scored a goal at the top of the hill as I heard a
we
big
did. We did 3-1 now. 3-1 Cedartown over Hiram. Swing and a miss there. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Cedartown just scored a goal, and there's a good crowd up there too.
Yep, we heard the reaction and then the horn, so all good things. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on O'Neill. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball missed upstairs, ball 2.
Clowers tried to snap it back into the zone, but home plate umpire said, nope, not this time.
Maybe next time, though. The 2-1 on the way, and that one is fouled off. And the count is even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch on the way from Davies. Chopper down the left side, but foul.
We heard that grunt there. That was O'Neill. He took a big old hack at that thing and dug it in the ground there on the bouncer down the left side. Foul.
And just to clarify, that would have been Jay O'Neill, not Kelly O'Neill, that was making the grunt. Yeah. Although, you never know. Sergeant Dog may have felt a little bit of it, too.
Oops.
2-2 on the way again to O'Neill. This one just missed. Ball 3, just a bit high. So that'll run the count full.
I tell you, Davies thought he had him struck out. It was close.
The payoff pitch on the way. That one's lifted foul back behind O'Neill. So the count will remain full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff once again on the way. That one's chopped down the right side, but foul. O'Neill putting up a good fight here to try to keep the 4th inning going. Davies has thrown 72 pitches through 3 2/3. 44 of which have been strikes. Here comes pitch number 73. Fouled off.
O'Neill is really battling right here. And with each pitch, Davies gets closer to the end of his 9. I don't think he's going to be able to go the whole game.
I don't think he's got much more gas left in the tank, Andrew. Full count, payoff pitch once again. And that one is lifted. It'll be in foul territory, and it's going to get out of play. It'll get dropped right behind the visitors' dugout. So again, O'Neill will stand back in and get to see yet another payoff pitch.
Let's go, Jay.
3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, 2 out. Pitch number 75 on the way, and that is tattooed straight back up the middle. And O'Neill, after a well of an at-bat, has a 2-out single to keep the inning going here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
That's just good hitting there by the veteran. O'Neill just lacing that one in there, just a line drive right back where it came from. Didn't get much more than 10 feet off the ground. And that'll force Gavin Allred to shed the catcher's gear, and he'll gladly do that to get another turn at the plate. And he is arguably the Bulldogs' hottest hitter right now. 1 for 1 so far in this game with a run batted in.
1 RBI here, 2 in game 1 for a total of 3 here on the night so far. He'd love to add to it here. O'Neill takes a small lead at first. Pitch on the way to Allred, and there for called strike 1. And we said this last time O'Neill was on first base. You don't expect him to be a threat to run at all, so he's not going to get a very big lead over there. The 0-1 on the way to Allred. And that one is fouled off at the plate, and that one is going to sting a bit. Bounced up and hit Allred. And I think they're going to give him a moment just to catch his breath. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 out. The 0-2 on the way from Davies. Foul tips into the catcher's mitt for out number 3. The Bulldogs will leave one stranded. We'll go to the top of the 5th, down by 1. 4-3 is your score. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A.
Bradford's Drug Store in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacists take time to get to know you and answer any questions you may have. Go by and see Justin Strickland and all the folks at Bradford's, and be sure to use their convenient drive-thru. 500 North Main Street in Cedartown, 770-748-3100. Bradford's Drug, your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
We are back as we head now to the 5th inning. Cedartown trailing the Woodland Wildcats 4-3. The line so far, 4 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Wildcats. For the Bulldogs, 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. And for the Bulldogs, it will be once again Owen Pilgrim to throw in the inning. This will be his 2nd inning of work, completing his warm-up tosses. For the Wildcats, it will be Turconnell, Tidwell, and should be Reisner due up for the visiting Woodland Wildcats. They lead 4-3.
Interesting to see how Pilgrim does in this inning, Andrew. He had a easy time with the first 2 batters that he would face there in the top of the 4th inning. He would struggle a little bit, and like you said, had a little traffic on the base paths, but would averted any type of damage. And so now we will see how he does here in the top of the 5th inning.
Now batting for the Wildcats.
So it'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Wildcats. Looks like we're making a couple of adjustments, maybe. I'm not sure. Now we're ready to go. All right, here we go. First pitch on the way from Cedartown's Owen Pilgrim. And that's sliced to the right side and foul.
Good thing it was, because there was not a right fielder anywhere near that ball.
Nope.
Nothing won the count. Next week, Cedartown will be back at home against Allatoona on Friday, or rather on Tuesday. We go to Allatoona in a doubleheader on Friday. That's a tough series there against a tough team who is battling Cartersville right now, pretty much pitch for pitch.
Pilgrim ready to go back to work now. And the 0-1 on the way. Just missed upstairs, ball 1. Of course, the Big Double A will have all of the coverage next week, both the home game as well as the road doubleheader. Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. 1-1 on the way. That one's going to be inside, ball 2.
Or we don't have a baby.
Well, yeah, I was going to leave that one for you to say, my friend.
Yeah.
2 balls, 1 strike.
It's no secret we're pretty close.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
2-1 on the way. Big cut and a miss there, strike 2. Pilgrim ready to go. 2-2 on the way. That one misses. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Get a little up and away there from Pilgrim.
Pilgrim with 33 pitches so far. It is in an inning plus.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that'll be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, make that an inning in the third officially. On that swing and miss for out number 1.
So that will bring up Tidwell, who is 0 for 2. No, number 7. Who is number 7? Going to be a change there.
Number 7, Zaylen Cochran.
Cochran there. Next to our PA announcer, Chris York. Pitch on the way. That one's fouled straight back. Pilgrim's ahead in the count. 0-1. This will be Cochran's first at bat of the afternoon.
Yep.
And it
first
comes
at bat of the day. Yes.
Top of the 5th. Pitch on the way. That one misses upstairs. Ball 1.
Just a bit inside.
I wouldn't quite say he buzzed the tower, but he made some noise. There you go. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one inside as well. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Not quite as far inside. Maybe another score?
Maybe another goal. Pitch on the way. That one is chopped to the left side off of Allen. He's going to make the turn at first, and they're going to hold him there. So a 1-out single after a sharply hit ball down the third base line ricocheted off the glove of Ace Allen into foul territory, but they hold Cochran to the single.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 28, Tommy Reisner.
That'll bring up Reisner. They will mark that as a single there. So Reisner comes to the plate with 1 on and 1 out. Score now 4-1, 8 minutes left up on top of the hill at Doc Ayers.
So a good second half by the Bulldog soccer team to rally from a tie at halftime.
Pitch on the way from Pilgrim, and that is going to hit him. So that'll put runners at first and second with 1 out. That was a breaking ball, I think, that just never broke.
Nope. You're right, it did not.
Instead, it plunked him right between the numbers. So that'll put the runners at first and second, and that'll bring up Ryan, the 9th man in the batting order, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Comes to the plate and a big opportunity here for the Wildcats, who are clinging to a 1-run lead. And as they know, this Bulldog team can come from behind and make the upset. So Woodland trying to pick up some insurance runs here in the top of the 5th. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim. That one's going to miss in the dirt. Ball 1. My guess is that we have activity in the Cedartown bullpen.
I guess it would be Cole Cochran.
Pilgrim checks the runner at second. Pitch on the way. That one misses low and away. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 on, 1 out. Again, Pilgrim checks the runner. Pitch on the way. That's in there, called strike 1. So the count now 2 balls and 1 strike on the Wildcats center fielder, Ryan. And the pitch is on the way, shows bunt, and it is foul. So Ryan's going to be down 2 balls and 2 strikes with the count even on that fouled bunt attempt. Ryan was 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run scored in the previous game. And another goal quickly for the Dogs. 5-1 your score on top of the hill. 4-3 your score here at the Dog Pound. The 2-2. That's a chopper up the middle, a slow roller. It'll be Ace Allen that charges in, fires to first, and he's in there safely. That one just died as it was headed to third base, and Ace Allen came in charging to try to make the play. But the speedy Ryan gets down to first base, and the bases are going to be juiced full of Wildcats with only one out.
Yeah, that was a slow roller, almost like a swinging bunt, as Ace Allen was kind of playing the runner to keep him, to kind of protect the bag over there. So he had to come charging in. Made an accurate throw, but just didn't have enough time to do so.
So we'll go back to the top of the order in Sarles, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Big cut and a miss there by Sarles. He's down 0-1. 6 minutes left up on top of the hill. Dogs looking like they're about to cruise to another victory, another region win over the Hiram Hornets. Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. That one's in the dirt. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. You love it when your soccer teams go 2-0 on the night. The Lady Dogs already picking up a big win over Hiram. Bulldogs in good shape to do the same. Down here, though, the Dogs need to hold the Wildcats here. The 1-1 on the way. Chopper to the left side again. It'll be Formby. He fields, goes to second, and he is safe at second, and the run is going to score.
Bang, bang play right there.
And it's going to be 5-3 as the Wildcats cash in one of the bases-loaded base runners. And there's the insurance run here in the top of the 5th that they were looking for.
No argument.
Nope.
It was very, very close to second. That was the only chance they were going to have to get anybody.
Formby made a heck of a play and a heck of a throw there from deep in the shortstop hole. Just a little bit late. This will bring up Romo, who is 2 for 3. With 2 runs scored. This time he comes to the plate with the bases still loaded and only 1 out. A dangerous hitter here for the Wildcats. First pitch on the way, and he lifts that one to the right side. It's going to be a play for Yarber. He should be able to camp out underneath it, makes the catch, will fire it into the second baseman. The run is going to score from third, and it's now 6-3, a 3-run lead for the Woodland Wildcats. They have struck for 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, and now 2 runs here in the 5th. They've got the odd numbered innings cooking, and the Dogs trail by 3. There are 2 outs in the inning, though, as this will bring up Lujan, who is 2 for 3 with a run scored. First pitch on the way. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 1. Didn't get enough break on it there from Pilgrim. He has had to battle in both innings that he's appeared in tonight. Big cut and a miss there. That'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Connor Lujan, the shortstop for this Wildcats team. Pitch is in the dirt. Good stop there by Gavin Allred to keep it in front of him. That'll take the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Cedartown desperately in need of out number 3 to limit the damage to 2. Pitch on the way. That one is fouled back. Maybe caught a bit of the catcher or the home plate umpire on its way back, so that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A big pitch coming here for Cedartown's Owen Pilgrim.
Home plate umpire gets a dusting off.
Just got to do a little house cleaning real quick. A little spring cleaning. 2 on, 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runs across.
Deuces are wild.
Pilgrim will step off. He'll look into Allred. Back on the rubber. Ready to go. The 2-2 on the way. Popped straight up. It'll be Ace Allen to come in from third base to make the squeeze. And we'll hold them to just 2 runs in the top of the 5th, but it's a 3-run lead for the Woodland Wildcats over the Cedartown Bulldogs as we head to the bottom of the 5th. 6-3 your score. Cedartown trails. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the official Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive.
Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big Double A.
Well, welcome back here to the Dog Pound. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, 2 runs in the fifth for the Wildcats. Dogs scored 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and here we are, a 6-3 ball game. Davies still out on the mound for the Wildcats. He will face for the Bulldogs. Should be
9-1-2.
9-1-2, I think.
Maybe.
That's it. Yeah, that should be Yarbrough, Formby, and Gerald. So Jacob Yarbrough, Samuel Formby, Owen Gerald due up here for the Bulldogs. And with all his pitches, 78 pitches for Davies. And the Dogs are just piling it on the Hiram Hornets on the top of the hill. It's now 6-1.
You said Davies with those 70 pitches through 4 innings has given up 3 runs. All of them have been earned. He's given up 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and only 1 walk. So it will be 9-1-2 due up for the Dogs as Yarbrough stands in. He is 1 for 1 with a run scored.
And that was a good hit, too. It was a solidly struck base hit for him.
Pitch on the way from Davies. Another solid hit. This one's going to be to right center, and this one is going to get down and go to the wall. Yarbrough's around first. He's going to cruise into second. He's going to turn on the Jets. The throw's going to come into third. It's going to be offline, and he's there with a leadoff triple.
Even if he gets to the cutoff man, I think he's still in safe at third. He was thinking 3 all the way out of the base pads, and he strips the cap in right center field, and there's a triple there for Yarbrough. And the Dogs are in business here in the bottom half of the fifth.
May or may not have got my blood pressure up. Just a notch.
Perhaps a scotch.
Now we'll go back to the top of the order, and Samuel Formby, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, is due for a big hit.
Well, he's
and this would be the absolute perfect time for it.
Big time due.
Davies comes set, pitch on the way to Formby. That one's well outside in the dirt, but it'll stay in front of Clowers for ball 1, and Yarbrough will stay put. Six to 3 your score. Cedartown trails by 3, but they've got something brewing here early in the bottom of the 5th. Second pitch on the way, and that one is going to be in the dirt as well for ball 2 against Formby. And it looks like Baker will come in and have a quick conversation with Davies. So will Clowers. So a meeting on the mound for the Woodland Wildcats as Samuel Formby is ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes on Davies, who has thrown 81 pitches.
That's the ball game up at the top of the hill, I think. 6-1.
Another big win for the Cedartown Bulldogs boys soccer team over Hiram. Girls also picking up a win. Bulldogs looking to rally here against the Wildcats. The 2-0 on the way to Formby. That was going to be in there for called strike 1, working the outside part of the plate.
Come on, Samuel.
Your final, 6-1. Dogs on top of the Hornets.
A 5-goal second half. Wow.
No stings tonight. The 2-1 on the way. That one well off the plate. Formby able to hold up on it, and that'll be the 3rd ball. And then we'll run the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count here for Samuel Formby. Runner at 3rd, nobody out, pitch on the way. That one's going to be in the dirt. Ball 4, Formby will head down to first base. And the Bulldogs will have runners on the corners with nobody out. And there's going to be a meeting on the mound, and this might be it for Davies.
Yeah, His pitch count is getting up there, and he's just showing some fatigue there. The triple and then the walk. And if that is the case, very slow walk to the mound by the coach for Woodland. And just talking right now. May not pull him just yet.
Or he may just be buying some time for his pitcher in the dugout or in the bullpen, and it is not going to be his time yet. He sure is taking his time getting back to the dugout, though.
I mean, he is. This coach must be the king of
well, listen, it's
buying time.
It's Friday night baseball. 9:13 is the time. It's a
feels like 11.
Cool 53 degrees outside.
Number 2, Tweet.
And it'll bring up Tweet. He comes to the plate with runners on the corners.
Oh, while I'm thinking about it, don't forget to set your clocks ahead an hour when you go to bed Saturday night.
That is right. It is.
Gonna lose an hour.
Yep, little daylight savings time action.
But if you work the night shift, you only have to work 11 hours.
There you go. And I've been on both ends of that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
And one is much less enjoyable than the other. First pitch is right back up the middle to the second baseman. They'll go to second for one. They'll make the turn to first for two. And that'll be a double play, but the run will score. So it is 6-4. But there are 2 outs in the inning. So Tweet hit it right to the second baseman.
He hit it on the button.
Yep. Reisner, a good turn to Luan. And a good throw over to first and a good catch there by Baker.
Bulldogs, number 8, Caleb Formby.
So the 4-6-3 double play will bring up Caleb Formby. Dogs trail by 2. First pitch on the way to Formby. That one's going to be well outside. Ball 1. Pitch on the way. That one stays upstairs, ball 2. Just when you think Davies might be running out of gas, which I've thought it at least twice now in the game, he gets a double play to keep him going. 2-0 here, though. That one misses, ball 3.
Well, he got the double play, but he's still having trouble locating the ball consistently here. And I'm thinking Caleb's taking all the way right here.
Oh, I agree. 3-0 on the way. And that one's right down Broadway, strike 1.
Well, I thought it was ball 4 a little low, but
they gave him the benefit of the doubt, I believe.
They did.
So 3 balls, 1 strike on Formby. That one's well outside, though, ball 4. And we'll look to the right side to see if we somebody emerge from the dugout. Not yet.
Well, he's leaning that way, but he really hasn't yet.
So that'll put Caleb Formby over at first base. And that is going to bring up the very dangerous Ace Allen. 2 for 2 with a run scored.
Well, if you want someone who's having a good game at the plate, this is it right here.
Davies comes set. Throw over to first base. Formby back safely.
Davies still has that really good pickoff move, although he did get called for a balk earlier in the ball game.
Baker tried to go with the old fake throwback to the pitcher. Formby didn't fall for it. Pitch on the way. Strike 1. Call on the outside part of the plate against Ace Allen.
Threw that breaking ball there and got the backdoor call.
The 0-1 on the way. That one's hit to the right side, but it is going to be playable for Romo as he drifts to his left, makes the squeeze, and that'll be out number 3. The Dogs strand 1, but we cash 1 in. 6-4 is your score. We'll go to the 6th inning. Dogs trail here from the Dog Pound. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, two Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Are you ready for steel? Equipment, that is. At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
We're back here as we head to the top of the sixth inning. Cedartown down by 2 again. It's 6-4. A new pitcher for the Bulldogs will be Cole Cochran. Dirty will take over after Pilgrim went 2 innings, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Dogs have thrown 4 strikeouts, walked 4 so far today, giving up 5 earned runs, 6 in total, and 10 hits. So we'll see if Dirty can take us the rest of the way here.
If you think about it, this is a pretty good song to warm up to if you're a relief pitcher.
Fantastic song.
I like it. There it is. Can't you just see John Rocker just coming in to this?
Yes.
I'd love it. Gotta love it.
Oh, man.
We're going to need some Rocker-esque pitching here in the last 2 innings for the Bulldogs if we want to keep this one a 6-4
I think only 3 of the people in here were alive when John Rocker was pitching.
I believe you are right.
Yeah.
I worked with a guy who played Little League Baseball with John Rocker.
Now,
really?
I do.
Woodland
Very cool.
Wildcats, number 6.
Shout out Clem Trammell.
Fowler.
All right.
I wonder if he was as intimidating, back then as he was.
I don't know. Something tells me that kind of came with a little bit of age, maybe.
Yeah.
It'll be Clowers, Baker, and Turcottle due up for the Wildcats. First pitch on the way from Cole Cochran. Swing and a foul at the plate. And the count is 0-1.
That was a hard pitch there. That was a John Rocker-like pitch.
Yep. I think that one hurt a little bit. Home plate umpire taking his time to walk out to the pitcher's mound, give Gavin Allred all the time that he needs.
It doesn't matter what you wear around there.
Nope.
Something like that's still going to hurt.
Yep. Not going to feel good at all.
No.
Looks like we're nope. Now we're going to have the Woodland coach come out.
They're checking on something. I can't imagine what this might be. Maybe just to tell the umpire that he might be pinch hitting somebody, or maybe re-entering someone. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe just trying to buy Gavin a little extra time.
Common courtesy. If you've ever played ball, you probably have been there at some point.
Pitch on the way from Cochran. Misses ball 1. A little low. The count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, Chubb has found the couch.
I can't say that I blame him.
I can't blame him one bit.
1-1. Hit to the third base side, and that will get past Ace Allen. And he's going to make the turn at first. Thought about testing Everett Perkins out in left field, but he'll put on the brakes there at first base, and it will be a single to lead things off here in the top of the 6th for Clowers.
Now batting for
That'll bring up Baker.
It may have been a single, but Ace Allen feels like he should have had that. And I'd say
they did mark it an error.
I was about to say 9 times out of 10 he's going to get that.
That's just the second error on the night for the Dogs, but it hopefully will not be a costly one for them. They show bunt. That one's taken inside. That one misses ball 1. So Woodland not afraid to play the small ball either with just a 2-run lead on the Dogs. Cochran comes set. They show bunt again. This one now outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 on, no outs. And the pitch on the way. Again, they show bunt. This time they get it down. It'll be Dirty that'll field. He'll fire to first base, and it is wide to the right, and it gets past Holiday, and the runners are going to move up to second and third.
Boy, I thought they got the tag on the runner at second.
It was close.
Very close.
So Woodland cooking once again, this time in an even number inning. Top of the 6th. Runners at second and third, nobody out.
Now batting for the
A
Wildcats,
2-run lead.
number 3,
The Wildcats trying to avoid the sweep.
Tricottle.
And it'll be Tricottle. 1 for 2, an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout for the DH for the Wildcats. Cochran looks in, gets the sign from All Red. And the pitch is on the way. Strike 1. Look in from Cochran. And the pitch. That one misses. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 on the way. Big cut and a miss there. Count now to 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll be the first out of the inning.
Oh, that's a big out.
Tricottle down on strikes, and that'll bring up, is it going to be Cochran again? And it will be.
Now batting for the Wildcats,
Sirens
number 7,
as we
Zayden Cochran.
can hear him in the distance. Pitch on the way from Cochran. That's a chopper down the left side, and that one is going to be foul as Ace Allen makes the play over in foul territory. No balls, 1 strike on the Wildcats' third baseman as he steps in. Cochran on Cochran. And the pitch from Dirty. Strike 2. Cole may be getting into a little bit of a rhythm here now. Trying to keep the runners right where they are at second and third. Baker out at second. Clowers over at third. Pitch on the way. Just missed, ball 1.
That's a good 0-2 pitch there. See
I like
if he
it.
can extend his zone there.
Yeah, just see if you can get him to chase something.
Yep.
You put it far enough out there and just see if he comes up empty. Lays off of it, counts 1-2, and here's the pitch. That one's fouled back. Count will stay 1-2 as the fire department comes by. Six to 4 is your score. Woodland leads, and they're threatening to add to it here. That 1-2 pitch is fouled back. Count stays. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Look in by Cochran. The 1-2 on the way. That one's in the dirt, but that one will stay in front of All Red. So no movement by the base runners, and the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The dugout's coming to life here in the top of the 6th. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Wow, that's huge.
Dirty deals.
That's huge.
And Cedartown's Cochran wins out in that matchup over the Wildcats. Cochran.
Wildcats, number 28, Tommy Reisner.
So that'll bring up Reisner, who was 1 for 1 with a run scored, an RBI, and a walk. First pitch on the way from Cole. Strike one called, outside part of the plate. Little bit of a rhythm, like we said, now developing here for Cochran. Gets the sign. That one misses, ball one. Not wasting any time at all. He is working quickly. Long look into Allred. Time called by Reisner, and he'll step out.
Working quickly until that moment.
Yep. The intentional pause there by Reisner. Maybe trying to throw off his rhythm. The look in. And the pitch. Big cut and a miss. Strike two.
Wow.
Tell you what, Cochran is motoring now that he's got that runner at second and third. Nobody out. He is on through the last two hitters, trying to go for number 3 as he misses there, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, though, a good 1-2 pitch. See if he can get Reisner to chase something. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He climbed the ladder and he got him to chase it. He came up empty. What a pitching performance there by Cedartown's Cold Dirty Cochran. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, down by 2. 6-4 is your score. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the GHSA.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back to the Dog Pound here on this Friday night. Game 2 of our doubleheader, Game 3 of the series. As number 31 continues his warm-up tosses, Austin Davies will begin his 6th inning of work. Davies and work is definitely the word. He's been working a lot. Davies with 92 pitches, so depending on how this inning goes, it could be his last. We said that a couple of innings ago, though. We'll see how he does against this middle of the Bulldog order. Dalen Holiday, who was pinched hit for his previous at-bat, will re-enter the game here, and then he'll face Perkins and O'Neill in the bottom half of the 6th inning here as the Dogs look to close the gap. It's a 6-4 deficit.
So Dalen is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and he comes to the plate to get this bottom of the 6th inning going. Dogs trail by 2. You'd love to get at least one of them back right here. First pitch on the way to Holiday, and that one was well outside, but he chased it anyways, and the count's no balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 on the way to Holiday. That one's in there for called strike 2. Big breaking ball there. And Holiday is behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way from Davies. Just missed. Wow. Ball 1. Tried to get that outside part of the plate and did not get the call.
There's no outside about it. That was right over the plate.
1-2. Swing and a miss, and Holiday is going to be down on strikes for the second time, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
And that was not a strike. He swung and missed at one that was tailing away. Tough pitch, though, but still one that he wished he had back. That'll bring up Everett Perkins to the plate.
Perkins is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Perkins hit one a mile to left center field in his previous at-bat. You'd love to see if he could get into another one here. Pitch on the way from Davies. And that is hit to the left side, but right to the shortstop, Luan, which will throw on to first in time for out number 2. And the Dogs have 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. And it's going to be up once again to Jay O'Neill to keep the inning going.
Now batting for the Cedartown Bulldogs.
Jay O'Walkin, he's 1 for 1, so he's had a good day at the plate in this ball game. He'll take a 2-out base hit to keep the inning going here, or walk or something.
Well, if you remember his previous at-bat, he put up a heck of an at-bat and then would get a base hit.
He would.
Keep the inning going. We'll see if he can do the same here. Pitch on the way from Davies. And he chases that one down in the dirt. Strike 1. It's pitch number 98 on the night. It was a swinging strike from O'Neill. Pitch on the way. That one misses low, ball 1. So the count now 1 ball and 1 strike on the Bulldogs DH Jay O'Neill. Pitch on the way. Plays off of that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 on the way. A chopper to the left side. It'll be a play for Luan. He will field and fire on to first just in time, and the Dogs go in order in the bottom of the 6th. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Cedartown trails by 2, 6-4. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A.
Looking for great deals? Stop by Livewire Surplus, located on North Main Street in Cedartown. They've got everything from tools and generators to patio furniture, lawn mowers, flooring, cleaning supplies, mini splits, and much more. Whether you're tackling a project or upgrading your space, they've got what you need. Come check them out at the store today. You'll never know what you might find. Check them out on Facebook or visit their new website, livewiresurplus.com. That's Livewire Surplus, 546 North Main Street in Cedartown, 678-861-5021. Shop local and save big at Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown. High-quality hand-cut meats and produce and low-priced national brand name dry groceries and lots more. And while you're there, stop and get something fresh and delicious from the deli. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10%, 430 South College Street in Cedartown across from the post office. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big Double A.
We head down to the top of the 7th inning. It is 6-4 Woodland on top of the Dogs. Kind of a back and forth affair midway through. Woodland scoring 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, 2 runs in the 5th for their 6th. Cedartown 1 run in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 5th. And here we are as Cole Cochran will continue his work on the mound, looking to hold it right where it is and give his team a chance to walk it off at the bottom half of the 7th inning. He will face, looks like number 8 for the Wildcats. And that will be
bottom of the order. Baby.
Bottom of the order. Yeah. Ryan, then Sorrells, and Romo.
So 9, 1, and 2 due up for the Wildcats here in the top of the 7th. If Cole can pitch like he did against the last 3 batters that he faced, this might be a short inning.
For the Wildcats, number 8.
He had runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out, and would come back and get 3 strikeouts.
Short inning would be exactly what you need. Down by 2 runs.
Ryan is 1 for 3 with a strikeout. First pitch on the way. This is ball 1. That one misses upstairs, ball 2. So Ryan quickly ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch on the way from Cochran. That one misses, ball 3. That one almost hit him in the dirt. So 3 balls and no strikes on Ryan, the leadoff batter for the Wildcats here in the top of the 7th. Woodland with a 2-run lead, 6-4. Dogs have got a battle here. Trying to complete the series sweep. Pitch on the way. Strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike the count against center fielder for the Wildcats. Cochran comes set, pitch on the way. Strike 2. So we went from a 3-0 count to now a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cochran comes set. The pitch on the way. Just missed him outside. And that'll be ball 4. And Ryan will head down to first base on a leadoff walk. So now we'll go back to the top of the order in Sarles, who was 1 for 4 with an RBI and a strikeout.
Number 2, Preston Sarles.
And you'll have Romo, the dangerous hitter, waiting in the wings, who is 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, an RBI. And Luwan, who has been pretty solid from the plate as well, 2 for 4 on the night. First pitch on the way, though, to Sarles is in the dirt. Good stop again by Allred, and that's ball 1. Cochran just may have a little bit of a flair for the dramatics. Might want to put a couple runners on again before he starts cooking. Sarles shows bunt, backs out of it as that one misses, though. 2 balls, no strikes. Big day of college basketball in the SEC as the regular season for men's college basketball getting ready to come to a close. And, of course, all of the tournaments, the conference tournaments, as that one is in there for called strike 1 at 2 balls and 1 strike. Of course, the SEC regular season is already, the championship is already wrapped up. There's a little team from kind of lower middle Alabama that has claimed that crown. Big swing and a miss there by Sarles. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Of course, you still got to go through the tournament.
Yep.
And even though you may be the regular season champ, you also want to be tournament champion. And if they have a good tournament, they've got a very good chance at being the #1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament. That one's hit to the right side and out of play. But they've still got to face another team from the state of Alabama before the regular season is over.
I notice how you don't mention the team name.
Well, you know, I don't want to hurt anybody's Crimson Tide feelings, as that one is fouled back and the count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Runner was going to, so you have to head back to the bag at first.
Give you some specifics on those games. Of course, I think it's pretty easy for those that know me to know who I'm talking about in that other team. #1 Auburn Tigers will be there at Neville Arena. As that one misses outside, ball 3. They will play host to the 7th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. That tip-off will be at 2:30 on ESPN. You will have #4 Tennessee at home against South Carolina. #5 Florida will also be at home against Ole Miss. Payoff pitch on the way, and that one is lifted to the right side, and that one is going to get out of play and foul. And so Sarles will see another pitch.
Who does Georgia have tomorrow? Or do they have
Georgia
anybody?
will play host to the Vanderbilt Commodores, who have had a surprising season. They're 20-10 on the season, but they have had some big-time wins, including wins over Tennessee and Alabama. Payoff pitch on the way from Dirty. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The throw down to second is not going to be nearly in time as it actually splits Formby and Tweet. And we have a player injured as he took a tumble sliding into second base. Both the Formby brothers as well as Tweet Gerald came running in to check on him as the coaching staff is out to take a look at him as well. #25 Mississippi State will go to Fayetteville to take on the Arkansas Razorbacks. #15 Missouri will be at home. They will play host to #19 Kentucky. #22 Texas A&M will go on the road to Baton Rouge to take on the Bayou Bengals, and we have another edition of the Red River Rivalry, this time on the hardwoods, as Oklahoma will go to Texas to take on the Longhorns. They're checking on a young man out at second base, and while they do, you and Jamie Newsom might have mentioned it during Game 1, but if you did not want to mention it again, all of our thoughts and prayers, all of us here from WGAA and the broadcast team, go out to the Pilgrim and Barrow families on the loss of Carol Pilgrim. Of course, the grandmother of Walker, Zane, and Eli Barrow, probably one of the...
And Marin.
Yeah. One of the best trio of brothers probably to ever play Cedartown High School sports. And, of course, Marin, an athlete in her own right, fantastic volleyball player, great basketball player. And we've had the pleasure of calling quite a few games with the Barrow family. And
we have, and Carol was always there.
Absolutely. Our thoughts go out to, of course, her husband, Bill, and daughter, Christy.
Just a wonderful, beautiful family.
Christy was a fantastic, from what I hear, basketball player back in her high school days. So that'll bring up Romo. Pitch on the way, shows bunt, brings it back. So the base runner out at second base, one out in the inning. Romo ahead in the count, 1-0. Pitch on the way, shows bunt. Again, this one's going to be well outside, ball 2. Cochran looks in, gets the sign from Allred. And the payoff, or not the payoff pitch, but the first pitch in there is it calls for a strike. Counts now 2 balls and 1 strike. Another big-time matchup in the Tar Heel State as number 2 Duke will take on North Carolina. The 2-1, and they're called strike 2. So Cochran trying to battle back here after falling behind Romo. He evened up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, North Carolina having a very uncharacteristically tough year for the Tar Heels. I'm sure Duke will cruise to a victory there. That one is lifted to the right side. It's going to be a play there for Yarber. He will come in, make the snag, and get it into third base, and Ryan will stay right where he was there at second, not going to test it.
Great throw, though, by Yarber from right.
And, you know, I hate to give the guy a hard time. Actually, I love to. Danny Cannell. I bet you knew exactly where I was going with this, didn't you?
I did.
The biggest SEC hater on planet Earth had a tweet after Saturday's SEC slate of games and says the SEC basketball is overrated. Okay, Danny Cannell. Pitch on the way. In there, called strike 1. I'll probably gripe about this again in the morning for those of our birthday club listeners, but there are no other matchups tomorrow between ranked teams outside of the SEC.
That's incredible.
But the SEC is overrated. The 0-1 on the way. That's a chopper to the third base side. It'll be Ace Allen who will field and fire on to first. And once again, that throw is off its mark. Gets away from Dalen Holiday, and that's going to score a run, and it's going to move the runner up to second base, and it's back to a 3-run lead for the Woodland Wildcats, 7-4.
The air bug biting the Dogs again here, and that's a tough play there. I think we tried to kind of look that runner back and didn't give us time to throw over there. We kind of hurried the throw to first and then threw it away, and it cost us a run. It's now a 7-4 ball game.
That'll bring up Luan. Or no, excuse me, Clowers. First pitch on the way to Clowers. Catches outside part of the plate, strike 1.
Just when you thought you were just about to get out of the inning.
Could have been, should have been.
Big insurance run for the Wildcats.
Fouled back. Count now 0-2, or as Michael Scott would say, should, but short. Those of our listeners that are fans of The Office will understand that reference. 0-2 the count, 2 out, runner on at second, and that one is going to get away from Allred. The runner is going to move up to third, and Gavin will just put that one in his pocket. Good call there by Allred. You don't want to cause any more damage here by making a bad rushed throw, because it would have been very rushed. So the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes, runner at third, 2 outs, 1 run already across. The Dogs trying to hold him here. The 1-2 on the way from Dirty. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Off-speed pitch, just a nasty pitch.
The Wildcats will leave 1, but they score 1. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Dogs, 7-4. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown, or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Bradford's Drug Store in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacists take time to get to know you and answer any questions you may have. Go by and see Justin Strickland and all the folks at Bradford's, and be sure to use their convenient drive-thru. 500 North Main Street in Cedartown, 770-748-3100. Bradford's Drug, your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Last chance for Cedartown here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Wildcats added a big insurance run in the top of the 7th to make it a 7-4 lead. And for the Dogs, we will see, looks like it'll be number 3, Gavin Allred. Then it'll be Jacob Yarber and Samuel Formby. So if you like your chances for a rally, you got one of your hottest hitters to lead off the inning in Gavin Allred, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI so far in this ball game. And still on the hill is number 31, Austin Davies. And Davies is his pitch count is up there, so he'll likely have a pretty short leash here in the bottom half of the 7th inning if his pitch count gets to a certain level.
Allred 1 for 2 with an RBI. Then you have Yarber with 2 for 2 and 2 runs scored. And then you go back to the top of the order to Formby, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. If you can get through a couple of these hitters and start that to roll over, especially if you can get to that part of the order. Of course, Allred, Yarber, like you said, hot hitters. This is where you want to lead things off. First pitch on the way from Davies, and that's in there called strike 1 against the Bulldog backstop, Gavin Allred. The 0-1 on the way. Big cut and a miss there by Allred. 0-2. That was pitch number 103 for Davies.
Hey, what the ball? What the battle, kid?
And the 0-2 on the way. Missed outside, ball 1.
Go get him here. Let's go.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th inning, Dogs trail by 3, trying to complete the series sweep here at home. The 1-2 on the way. That one's going to be inside low as well. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sam Branch alongside Andrew Carter, bringing you all of the live pitch-by-pitch action of Cedartown High School baseball here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network. The 2-2 just laid off of it, and that one just missed upstairs. Ball 3.
That was just barely out of the zone, too. But that'll fill the count up. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to the leadoff batter, Gavin Allred.
Payoff pitch on the way. Jammed him, hit it to the right side. The first baseman will field, will fire on to first, and he's there in time for out number 1. You got to tip your cap to Davies for not only his pitching performance tonight, but he's also played some pretty good defense, having to come off the mound and make the play over at first a few times. So that'll be out number 1 for the Dogs, and that'll bring up Jacob Yarber, who is 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Then we'll go back to the top of the order in Formby.
Now batting for the Cedartown Bulldogs, number 11, Jacob Yarber.
Little throwback song as well. Not quite as old, of course, as My Girl, but
or Delta Dawn.
Or Delta Dawn. First pitch on the way. Strike one. It's almost like Davies has found another gear here in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-1 on the way. That one misses outside. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
This may be the last batter he faces. His pitching count is close to 110.
The 1-1 on the way. Wow, that one missed. Ball 2.
Not by much.
2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Lifted. Left center field. It'll be Ryan that'll come over, camp out underneath it, and make the grab for out number 2. It's all going to be up to Samuel Formby. And that'll be it for Davies. His night will come to a close after 110 pitches. He would go 6 2/3 innings, 4 runs, all of them earned, 7 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Let's take a 60-second break. We'll come back with a new pitcher. This is the Cedartown High School Bulldog Network, the Big Double A.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course. Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Welcome back. Well, the night is over for Davies. Davies pitches exactly the limit, 110 pitches. He'll give way to the pitcher who started the game on Tuesday. This will be Doolin.
Doolin would go 5 innings. He would give up,
or rather, that's Duran, beg your pardon.
Duran. He would give up 3 runs on 3 hits in those 5 innings of work on Tuesday. 2 strikeouts and 1 walk. That was in the 5-2 loss.
Christian Duran. And he will have a bases empty, 2-out situation here versus Samuel Formby.
Formby's still looking for his first hit of the night, and he'll have to pick up 1 here, or at least draw a walk to keep the game going and the hopes alive for the Bulldogs. Of course, Cedartown picking up 2 out of 3 so far from Woodland. Would love to complete the series sweep, but at least you know that you've got the 2 wins in the bag. We were talking during the break. Southeast is going to be your next best bet for a series sweep, although you can never bank on anything. Of course, we've talked about how tough Allatoona and Cartersville will be. Dalton will be good. Hiram will be good. Cass will be good. Just a loaded region for the Dogs here in baseball.
Well, one thing about Christian Duran that you may have noticed while warming up and noticed seeing him pitch on Tuesday, he doesn't throw very hard. He throws a lot of breaking balls, a lot of corner stuff. So he's not going to blow you away with the speed. But the good thing is we've seen him before. Samuel Formby with a chance here.
So Formby will stand in with the bases empty and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing by 3. 7-4 is your score. First pitch on the way from Duran. And there is that off-speed corner of the plate. Strike 1 that you said, Andrew Carter.
It's not one you can hit.
Almost exactly like you described it. Picture perfect. The 0-1 on the way. And that one is tattooed to the right side, and that one is going to get down. It'll be cut off by Romo. No, it gets down. It gets past him. Formby is around second. He's going to cruise into third, and he's going to be there with a stand-up triple. Formby delivers for the Dogs. His first hit in game 2 of the doubleheader is a big one. It came with 2 outs, and the base is clear. And that'll bring up Tweet. Tweet 1 for 3, a run scored and an RBI.
Got to get one more batter out there to bring the tying run to the plate.
The Dogs trying to mount a bit of a rally here in the bottom of the 7th. Long look in there by Duran. Pitch on the way to Gerald. That one misses ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Runner over at third. 2 outs in the inning. Duran comes set. The pitch. And that one's hit to the left side. That one's going to get down, and it's going to score a run. It's going to go almost all the way to the wall. Gerald is around first. He's going to be in at second with an RBI double, and the Dogs are within 2. Come on, Caleb. 7-5 your score.
And that will bring the tying run to the plate, Caleb Formby. The Dogs are teeing off on Duran right now.
They're seeing the ball well, and since they faced him on Tuesday, they are already familiar with what he will bring to the plate. And they're seeing it well. 2 hard-hit balls there by the Bulldogs back-to-back in Samuel Formby and Tweet Gerald.
Be smart. Hey, deep breath. Hold the ball. Let's go. Head up. Let's go.
Caleb Formby.
Now batting for the Cedartown Bulldogs, number 8, Caleb Formby.
Formby stands in, ready to go to work. During the long look in, he'll check the runner at second. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be outside, ball 1. A little bit of life showing now from the Bulldog faithful here on a cool Friday night, right at the top of the hour. 10 o'clock, 53 degrees still outside. Dogs bats trying to counteract the cold, heat up, score a couple more runs. The pitch is on the way. That one is going to miss. Ball 2. Formby looks down third base line, gets the sign from Coach Johnson. Now back into the batter's box. 2 balls, no strikes. Duran looks into Clowers. Comes set, checks the runner. The 2-0 on the way. That one's upstairs, ball 3. Good at bat so far here by Formby, being very patient at the plate, understanding based off the last 2 hitters, he might get one to drive. If he does, he doesn't want to miss. 3-0. Duran comes set. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be upstairs. Ball 4.
Winning run to the plate, and that of Ace Allen, and Ace has had a day. 2 for 3 with a run scored. And now we got a coaching visit.
Let him go one more, Coach. Let him go one more. And he will not. That's going to do it for Duran. Gave up 1 run. He's got runners at first and second and 2 outs, and we'll have a pitching change. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, two Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
We'll close the book on Duran. He only goes doesn't even go a third of an inning, gives up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, no strikeouts. He'll give way to Kalen Reynolds. First time we've seen him on the mound. He's completing his warm-up tosses. Dogs are in business, have scored 1 run so far here in the bottom half of the 7th inning with 2 outs, trying to rally back to at least tie it, maybe get the walk-off here. And it'll be Ace Allen with the tying runs aboard and the winning run at the plate in the form of the aforementioned Ace Allen. There's their final warm-up pitch, I believe, and we are ready to go.
Allen is 2 for 3 on the night with a run scored already. He'll do a last tightening of the batting gloves, and he'll stand in. Tweet Gerald out at second base. Caleb Formby at first. Formby represents the tying run. Allen represents the winning run. 2 on, 2 outs. 1 run already across. Dogs trail by 2. First pitch on the way from Reynolds. Big cut and a miss, fouled off. And the count's 0-1 on Ace Allen. He was trying to send us home winners.
Big cut there by Ace.
Dalen Holiday waits on deck. Allen once again readjusts the batting gloves while they were tracking down the loose baseball. Now he's back in the box and ready to go. No balls, 1 strike. Long look in by Reynolds. He'll check the runner at second. Comes set, time called. And granted to Ace Allen. Good timeout there, I think, by Ace. Reynolds was taking a while. Now he's ready to go. Reynolds shakes off 1. Now they come set. And the pitch. That one's fouled at the plate as well. And the Cedartown Bulldogs and Ace Allen are down to their final strike. The rally down to its last strike. The sweep also down to its last strike. Allen stands in. The count, no balls, 2 strikes. The pitch on the way by Reynolds. Inside, ball 1.
Try to locate that moving pitch there, but it was way too far in.
Way too far in. Never even had a chance. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Reynolds shakes off 1, shakes off 2. Now he's ready to go, and Allen will once again call time.
Trying to disrupt his rhythm.
Again, another good timeout there by the Bulldogs' third baseman, Ace Allen. He's hit a couple long balls already this season. He could play hero tonight if he could get into another one. The 1-2 on the way. That one is hit to center field. It's got a little bit of distance, but it's got to go. And the catch will be made by Romo in right center, and that'll do it. As the Cedartown Bulldogs will fall here in Game 2 of the doubleheader by a final score of 7-5. We'll take a 60-second timeout. We'll come back and wrap this broadcast up of Cedartown High School baseball here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Georgia needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Bulldogs fall just a bit short in a seventh inning rally. The score 7-5. Dogs able to get one run to try to come back, but unfortunately wasn't enough. 7 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for the Woodland Wildcats. Dogs with 5 runs on 9 hits. Had 4 errors, Sam, and they were late in the ball game. Those are some very costly errors that, you know, you could say maybe they cost you the game or not. But the Dogs have they got to clean up that when they got a big series next week with the Altoona Buccaneers. That's going to be a tough one. But Dogs able to win the series 2 games out of 3 as the Wildcats salvage the final game of the 3-game set.
Owen Gerald would pick up 2 RBIs. Caleb Formby and Gavin Allred would pick up an RBI each. Everett Perkins, who got the start, would go 3 innings. He would give up 4 runs. 3 of those were earned, 6 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Owen Pilgrim would go a solid 2 innings for the Dogs in relief. He would give up 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. And Cole Cochran would come in and just go to work. He would go 2 innings, giving up just 1 run, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. The Bulldogs fall to a record of 5-7 on the season, but they do take 2 out of 3 against the Wildcats, and will be back in action on Tuesday as they will play host here to the Altoona Buccaneers. For our board operator back at the station, Miss Gail Connor, for my broadcast partner, Andrew Carter, I'm Sam Branch, as always, saying here from Friday night at the Dog Pound, Friday Night Baseball. Until next time, sports fans, good night, God bless, and go Dogs.